Hello, Alex and Noah. Thank you very much for being here. It's always a pleasure to interview our users and know more about their profile and what they think about Zoomex. I'm gonna start with Noah. I would like to know more about you. I don't know if you can share a little bit about your experience and trajectory on the industry.
All right, Fernando, thank you so much for for this call.
You're welcome.
Yeah, so uh about my trading experience, I'm fairly new to the market. By fairly new, I mean it's like 3 to 5 years. It was just a curious person. Everyone's around the circle was all about trading, so I just tried out trading, and seems to do well. It was everything I did was by myself, by YouTube, and some people I found on reference on the internet. So. My story is not something really, I would say, exciting. It was just started off
Wow,
as something I did out of curiosity. Obviously, there were a lot of losses, and when it comes about when you talk about money, but there was also a lot of learning, and
that's
yeah,
important.
the process is still ongoing, and I'm still learning. But yeah, it's going great, man. It's going great.
Nice, nice. Well, that's quite interesting what you have said, because you mentioned a lot of things. Like, of course, like when you jump in the crypto, I think it's an adventure for everyone. I mean, some guys they are more aggressive with the adventure, but it's not normal to see people in the real life working on this industry, you know. So I think it's quite positive.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And
I think a lot of
yeah,
it is about how you control emotions because obviously there's money involved, and that's something really important. Controlling emotions, I feel, is the major aspect when it comes to generating revenue or getting results from trading. And that's something I feel like a lot of people should focus on. mm, along with the technical aspects.
yeah, yeah. No, no, completely agree with. And the risk management is super important. But I mean, 5 years ago, you lost money, so that's another question that I will make. I mean, and another topic, like you learn from mistake, it's super important to continue building and continue in a good way, you know, good path. Thank you very much. No, Alex, can you share a little bit about you? Like, same mistakes, or it was completely different?
Hi, Fernando. Thanks
Hi,
for having me in today's interview.
you're
I
welcome.
wouldn't call myself I'm a senior trader since
Okay,
most of my past experience it was in traditional financial equity, like bond, you know. I have joined in the crypto space since like 2 years ago and
okay,
started using Zoomex probably 1 year ago. Yeah, I just found Zoomex is a platform quite, easy to use, quite user-friendly to beginners.
yeah.
And this platform hadn't installed lots of, complicated functions, which is for senior trader. Quite like that part. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I like your small presentation, and you have this background that is super important, you know, to understand much better the market. And yeah, regarding jumping to Zoomex, I think it's a platform that can be used by amateurs, newbies, but also from professional, you know, traders. I think we try to cover all kind of traders and users. So yeah, I mean, quite bullish on that. And I'm gonna ask you like a little bit more, Alex, about these things that you say intuitive and simple. Like almost 1 year using Zoomix. So I imagine you have a lot of good feedbacks for us. What you would like to see on Zoomix that you are not seeing right now? You know, what kind of product, pairs, something you need.
Oh yeah, I think so far Zoomex has incorporated lots of mainstream uh, trading peers, right? But it's quite enough for me because I don't really trade mini, but just some mainstream cryptos. And I love the display there. It's quite clear, so you don't really spend lots of time to find out how to use that function and how that exactly means. So yeah, so far, yeah, I had a good experience with that.
Yeah, that's quite interesting. Thank you for sharing. Regarding like the profile of trading that you have, no, are you more like a spot investor or more futures? in futures, more scalping intraday? Can you please
Yeah,
tell us a little bit more?
basically, I'm mostly in spot. I don't really go into futures that much, and most of my trades are daily trades. I just take out some time in my day, look at a couple of the charts, and obviously, if there's not something crazy going on in the market, I try to get 3 or 4 trades throughout the day, maybe 2 in the morning, 2 in the evening. So that's really how it goes. Uh, I usually takes some days off after, if there's obviously, like I said, there's the emotional aspect, and trading is something that you sometimes end up losing money. So whenever that's something like that happens, I usually try to take a day or two off, try to do a little bit more, get more insights on how the market is going. And yeah, that's how I usually do my trades. Not something really, I would say, uh, a very unique strategy, something obviously what everything else is doing. But like I said, it's just being persistent with your learning. Experience is also something that really helps out. And obviously, Zoomex also plays its part. I really like the Zoomex engine, and like Alex said, for newbies and even for people who use all the other contemporary trading tools, I think Zoomex is a really great choice. It really really simplifies trading for you. It makes stuff really easy.
Yeah, as you said, it's easy, but yeah, completely agree with you. I mean, currently, I use Science probably. I mean, it's not because I work here, but Science 2 years, I close like all my accounts in SEX with KIC, because I think also something important from Zoomex is that we don't have a KIC, and if you are like a true traders in this in the industry. So yeah, currently I only use SEX with no KIC, and from the benchmark or competitors that we have, I think Zoomex is the most simple. I mean, only to create an account, you can just invest 3 minutes if you have your email ready, So yeah, quite bullish on that. But I think we need to improve a lot of point, also. I think so, no? No, no?
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, there are all rooms for improvement, and I feel like the team at Zoomex is quite persistently working on that. We usually get updates here and there, so I think that it's going pretty well, and I see Zoomex as a very potential major platform when it comes to all kinds of trading.
Thank you, man. Yeah, kind words. I will share with the team.
Yeah, sure,
Alex,
absolutely.
Alex, I want to know more about like your profit and loss. As you trade on Zoomex and I can track it, I'm gonna ask you like how much is the biggest like profit that you have made in the last 2 years in the crypto space? Let me know.
Okay. I would like to answer this question in this way. So I think it's all about the risk tolerance, right?
Yeah.
It's risk tolerance game. You want to gain higher yields, you gotta be higher risk. So I would say one of the biggest lessons I learned from crypto is about, for example, some favorable news are coming tomorrow, but are you 100% sure that crypto will hack tomorrow? No. I got
Yeah.
several on that, right? For example, Fed is going to cut rates on 18th of September, but are you 100% sure on that day and on that trading day BTC can go up? You don't know. So I made several mistakes from there. That's why now I'm more focused on investing in long term and use
Okay.
futures to trade
Okay.
some high jump risk.
What kind of leverage you use in futures?
Uh, I'm conservative, so
Okay.
it depends. Yeah.
I like risk. Noah, what about you? I mean, what kind of leverage you use normally in the futures?
10.
Well,
10,
yeah.
10%? Okay, 10. I like it, Alex. I'm 20 normally. What about you, Noah?
Yeah, so I don't really do futures, so I don't think that's the right
Okay.
question for me. To be honest with you, I'm not too much of a risk guy. I'm also in finance, so I don't like to. I feel like the concept of risk uh, it kind of abrupts with what my trading style is, so I don't
Okay.
really avoid doing futures. Like I mentioned previously, I did some losses, and they were in futures. So obviously, I'm always open to the idea, but that's not just something I'm really hoping to do right now.
Yeah. So you are more like a spot investment and hold, no? In a
Yeah,
long
spot in
period of time.
investor, maybe do some trade. To be honest with you, I mostly
DCR.
work. Yeah, so I mostly work on. Uh, I use capital.
Yeah.
Obviously, in spot we don't get that much of a return, but when there's capital, then that's basically what I leverage on getting my profits.
Okay. No, good to know, man. Yeah, I mean, I have a lot of like connection and friends that they do also similar investment, on the spot. And I like Alex that you make a 10% leverage. I start like that. I lose so many money that I say I need to increase to probably earn more money. And right now I'm losing also. So I think I'm gonna retire soon from futures. And I'm gonna ask you about because you mentioned both of you mentioned a lot the risk management. I'm gonna I'm gonna jump or I'm gonna mix the risk management with the real life. How you guys manage the pressure that the crypto market and the crypto industry generates on you? What you do in parallel to skip or to forget all the crypto things. Noah,
All
Alex,
right.
what? Yeah, you
Yeah.
can start now.
So for me, like you said, now crypto. Don't get me wrong, crypto is great, but I try not to get too involved. It's a great source when it comes to money, but I try not to keep it as my
Okay.
primary source of income. And the reason for that is if I tend to get too now crypto is risky. We all can agree on that. And I feel like it's maybe, and this is something I would say an advice for all the young people. It is risky, and if you're going into crypto, risk management is something that you should consider. By that, I don't mean I don't mean like use all the contemporary risk management techniques, but I wouldn't prefer anyone to use crypto as a primary source of income because that can really take you into deep waters. So I try
Yeah.
to keep it not something as it's part of my life, but not something that I really depend on. So
Yeah.
it doesn't really it's not really too much stressful for me in that way. So that's some that it's great, but I just don't take too much stress on it.
Yeah, it's like more like Warren Buffett say, no, crypto could be like your second or third source of income, no? Um, it depends also. I mean, my example, I work in the industry since 5, 6 years, and my salary in the crypto industry is my first income. But it's true that the trading is probably my second or third source of income. And at the end, it's something that I like. I also study, like you guys, economics, and the market is something that I like it. And being broker, it was one of my dreams, but I never become. So the crypto is like my only like hobby right now. What about you,
And yeah,
Alex? Like, yeah,
it's also sorry to cut you off. It's
no, no worries.
also I feel like it's also somewhat of a preference. If people have different opinions, so
Mhm.
they should be open to the idea of it. But that's just my opinion on how everything works.
No, no, and a lot of people thinks like you, so it's quite good and interesting that you share. And Alex, what about you? I mean, how you manage? Because you do 10% leverage, you must have a little bit of pressure, no? When you apply or
Uh,
when you.
yeah, I totally agree with Nora just mentioned. Crypto is just part of my. It's not like my main income.
Okay.
Where my main income come from. So I would say um. So to balance the risk is a key, right? You couldn't
Hmm.
put all eggs in one basket. And even though I use leverage, but still I try to make sure it's controllable. Um, and I totally believe since I used to invest in equity, when you look at if you want to invest in the US equity at the moment, you would say the valuation will be a major concern, as the valuation is way too high. And it's very fluctuated when it comes to monetary policy change.
True.
So yeah, crypto, I personally believe that it has huge potential for BTC, for Ethereum. That's why I hold it for long-term value.
So you think we must see a purge of the other tokens, no?
Uh, so just for me, I think BTC I really look good at Ethereum.
Okay. So for you, and what about you? No, it's an interesting question, that one. how you see the market, you know, because we have hundreds of probably thousands of pairs and tokens,
Yeah.
and every day we create new projects and new tokens. So you don't feel like it's a bubble that probably one day it's going to explode, or
So, as I just mentioned, I'm a kind of like I invest in long-term value. So I've been doing research on the other way tokenization since last year. I just found it's the next $1 trillion opportunity there. It solves lots of real world problem like the liquidity, right? For example, we're saying the land, the house property are being tokenized. So you buy in token, you can share the rents. So it definitely serves the liquidity issues for the owner. And I totally believe it could will there will some token will can be quite have huge potential contained in there, and I like to invest in there.
yeah,
RWA.
the real world application. Yeah, in the past I was like helping to put in a French project on that way, that it was like the Airbnb of the cryptos. But the thing is like, and that's something that probably Noah will share. But I think we have a lot of regulation, and it's quite hard for all these
Yeah,
projects to jump, you know, to
exactly. Exactly. You are totally right. The compliance is a major issue and the legal regulation. And but I think for now, if you like to buying the property in the US, you may face a lot of restriction if you're outsider. But if tokenization can really solve that issues, it will be inject new liquidity into the housing market.
totally agree.
And yeah, there's definitely I think it's a huge potential there. But regulation will eventually be set up for
Yeah,
that.
yeah, that's the issue. I mean, and everyone has different points of view, as we are like talking here. So imagine in the leadership, you know, stage. Noah, what about you? Like, what do you are you agree with us, or you feel like another narrative could be the next gems?
Yeah, I totally agree with Alex on some part, but uh, I feel like it's very the I totally agree with the reg the projects have becoming the more we dive deeper into this, it's becoming the compliance is becoming very strict for majority of these projects. So it's very difficult to say. I don't think I have a right direct answer for this, but we'll just have to see what comes ahead of us. I'm still uncertain about quite a lot of things, so we'll have to see.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with you. But for example, if you can see like Europe, we create this license, the MiCA, that is forcing most of the centralized exchange to apply for a license. And when they enter in this process, they need to stop some of the product, you know. And I don't know, from one side is like you are killing, you know, slowly the product and the platform, you know. And let's see, I mean, for example, US government, I heard that, and I read about that they want to create another kind of rule that is going to be more flexible for us. But yeah, as you said, Noah, I think we will see in the future, you know, how
It's to be honest, everything is very new right now, and I see a future, but I just don't know what it's gonna look like. Like if there are new policies every other day, so it's very
Mm.
difficult to say what the future looks like. But let's hope for the best.
Yeah, let's cross fingers as we say in Spain. And talking about these futures that you see, so you talk about BTC, Ethereum. But you also talk about you make a lot of research in the real world application. For example, Alex, I want to know like if you have 100 USDT right now, where you will put this money? If you can start,
Oh,
Alex or Noah. Yeah, it's a
that,
simple question, that one.
that's a simple but difficult question. Um, Maybe Noah, you should go first.
Noah, let's go on.
100 BTC. I don't know. Maybe I'll keep it. I wouldn't think about selling it to be honest. So
So you
I
keep
feel
it in
like
BTC.
maybe I'd sell some of it for a better lifestyle, but most of it maybe I'd keep it for my other generations because I feel like BTC is something very powerful. I don't see it going down. I see it going up all the way.
Yeah. What about you, Alex? You will also keep it for next generation, or you will buy hundreds of Ferraris
Oh my God.
and create another
No.
business?
I think I will allocate majority of the funds into Ethereum. I really look up on
Okay.
this
Okay.
crypto. It definitely has huge potential, remain unleashed. So yeah, its ecosystem just really good since most of us stablecoin are built on that. And
So
I
you
really
are a Ethereum bullish, no? You are a pro
I'm
Ethereum.
bullish. I'm bullish on
Nice.
Ethereum.
Nice. And what about Solana, guys? What do you think about Solana ecosystem? Like,
Um,
no?
I mean, my portfolio doesn't include that, but you can ask Noah.
Good to know that. No, what about Solana ecosystem? What do you think?
To be honest with you, I would agree on Alex. It's not I'm open to it. I'm just really having I'm still in research. I feel like it's a little too decentralized when you compare it with Ethereum or Bitcoin. Uh, but it's too soon to say something about it. I really don't have an opinion on it. I not very bullish on it, but let's see. It has, uh, it has had issues in the past. I'm sure you guys are aware, but I just feel like
Yeah.
it's too decentralized when you compare it with Ethereum and Bitcoin.
No. Yeah, good answer. I mean, at the end, they're like the two biggest, And also, probably like Ripple has a lot of trending, but they also have a lot of haters in the community because it's not too much decentralized. But yeah, I mean, quite interesting, guys. From my side, I was super happy to have this moment with you. We are running down time, and basically, I want to thank you for being here and invest these 20 minutes for us. I hope you enjoy the time, and yeah, keep in touch, guys. I mean, I hope you continue on Zoomex and you make profit with us.
Thank you.
Absolutely, Fernando. It was great speaking with you. Thank you so much, Alex. And yeah,
Thank you, Noah.
maybe we'll touch base soon.
Yeah, keep in touch, guys. Take care.
Bye bye.
Have a good afternoon. Bye bye.